Let's talk about some of the top mistakes that can happen in divorce. The first one is not being forthcoming with your attorney. Everything you say to your attorney is confidential. And if you're not forthcoming about having a history of a DUI or a felony in another case, even though it wouldn't impact your divorce, but you're afraid that it would, I still need you to be forthcoming with me as your attorney. I have to know. If I were to discover in trial because the opposing counsel, trump card says, isn't it true you actually have a felony? Isn't it true you actually, whatever the thing is? Then it's devastating to your credibility with the court about anything you say being true. So I need to be prepared. I need to know everything. So if I ask you a question, please be forthcoming with me. Another top mistake that happens in divorce is talking too much. If you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say it. Do not post something on social media about your divorce. I don't care how righteous of your position is to say whatever it is you're saying. Just don't do it. It can and will be used against you in court. Another top mistake that happens in divorce is not disclosing all of your financials. There is an automatic mandatory disclosure requirement after the petition for divorce is filed. All certain financials must be disclosed. If you don't disclose all of your financials, you have a trust account, a bank account, something that you haven't disclosed, and let's say 3 years after the divorce happens, your spouse finds out that you've not disclosed your $1 million or your $500,000 or $10,000. The case can be reopened and relitigated, and you risk losing all of that money as a consequence of not disclosing it in the first place. Another top mistake is thinking that you can hide money in crypto, because how would the person find the money in crypto? Well, we can still trace when the money left your bank account and went somewhere. So you can't hide money. A famous idiom since the 1960s with Watergate: follow the money. Don't hide your money. It will be found out. Another top mistake that happens in divorce are the large expenditures that are not part of your normal spending. So there's an automatic temporary injunction that goes into place after the petition is signed by you and served onto the other person, or vice versa, whichever person you are in the process. And that automatic temporary injunction requires the status quo to be in place. So if you were to buy a yacht or a house, you can do it, it's your money, but there's going to be an accounting for it, and that will be deducted against your columns in the asset debt spreadsheet. Better not to do it than to spend it during the divorce. A top mistake that happens in divorce is when a parent discusses the divorce process with the children. It's incredibly harmful to the child, to the children, to hear about the divorce happening between their parents. Somehow, if a judge were to learn that you had discussed the divorce with your children, that's going to severely impact your ability to get what you're asking for from the judge, because you're not showing the judge that you have the children's best interest ahead of your own interest. When you talk about your feelings, your problems with the divorce, it's not a suitable topic for children. Keep it to yourself. If your children are 18 or older, they're no longer minors. The court does not have jurisdiction over the children, specifically over the age of 19. So there won't be the same consequences if you're talking about your divorce with your adult children as if you had talked with your minor children. A top mistake I see in divorce, in particular when we have a motions hearing or the final contested hearing in front of the judge, and when a client or the other party has a lot of attitude when they're on the witness stand, and the other attorney is asking them any question, and there's a lot of sass or lip coming back, whether it's my client or the opposing party. It never goes well. More often than not, the judge will stop you in your tracks, or the other person, and it's not respectful, it's not civil. And you want the judge to like you. You want to present your best foot forward to the court. So no lip, no sass, be polite, be civil. And I know it's hard, especially when you're divorcing someone who has learned how to push all your buttons. Take a deep breath and be calm when you answer questions on the witness stand. If you have any questions about mistakes or advice you'd like to learn about in the process of divorce, please contact NewLeaf.Family for a free case evaluation.